or bottles in the trash. These scenes might seem typical of a poor country, but they're happening in Germany. Despite being one of the world's richest nations, 1 in 6 people in Germany lives below the poverty line. Today, Eagle Discovery takes you behind the scenes to uncover this lesser-known side of Germany. Get ready for a surprising reality. A deep dive into geography and fascinating facts. Germany, located in Central Europe, shares borders with 9 countries: Denmark, Poland, the Czech Republic, Austria, Switzerland, France, Luxembourg, Belgium, and the Netherlands. Its central position makes it a vital hub for trade, with extensive transportation networks connecting it to major European cities. The northern region is flat and fertile, with agricultural lands and key ports like Hamburg, a major gateway to the North Sea. To the south, the Bavarian Alps offer stunning landscapes and tourist destinations, such as Garmisch-Partenkirchen and Lake Neuschwanstein. Between the mountains and the flatlands lies the Black Forest and rolling valleys, rich in folklore. Germany's rivers, like the Rhine and Danube, have played a major role in trade and cultural exchange throughout history. The country's climate offers diverse seasonal beauty. Winter brings snow for skiing, spring brings blossoming flowers, summer is marked by outdoor festivals like Oktoberfest, and autumn transforms the landscapes with vibrant colors. The global image of Germany. Germany is renowned for its precision, quality, and innovation, especially in the automotive sector with brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Audi, and Porsche. The country is also a global leader in technology, with companies like Siemens and Bosch shaping industries like renewable energy and robotics. Its education system, particularly in engineering and sciences, is world-class, with universities like the Technical University of Munich and the University of Heidelberg consistently ranking among the best. Germany's healthcare system is efficient, and its social market economy provides a high standard of living for most citizens. Culturally, Germany is known for its rich history in philosophy, music, and the arts, with figures like Kant, Nietzsche, Beethoven, and Bach shaping global culture. Today, Germany continues to be a center for contemporary creativity and is famous for its beer culture, particularly at festivals like Oktoberfest. However, beneath its success, Germany faces challenges, including rising inequalities, the integration of immigrants, housing shortages, and the need to balance environmental sustainability with industrial growth. All right. If you're new to this channel, Eagle Discovery warmly welcomes you. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and remember to turn on the notification bell to catch our upcoming content. History and transformation. Germany's history has been shaped by dramatic shifts. In the 20th century, it faced the rise of the Nazi regime, 2 world wars, and division during the Cold War. After World War II, Germany split into 2 states: West Germany, aligned with Western powers, and East Germany, under Soviet control. West Germany experienced the Wirtschaftswunder, economic miracle, fueled by American aid and internal reforms, transforming it into an economic powerhouse. East Germany, under socialist rule, faced political repression and slow economic progress. The Berlin Wall symbolized the divide between the capitalist West and the communist East. When the wall fell in 1989, reunification began, but challenges remained, including economic disparities and cultural differences. Many East Germans struggled with the transition and felt left behind. Since reunification, Germany has become Europe's economic leader and a key player in global trade and the European Union. However, the country faces rising political polarization, partly due to concerns about immigration, national identity, and its place in Europe. Social issues like poverty, homelessness, and an aging population have also become more pressing. Despite these challenges, Germany remains a symbol of resilience and continues to evolve as one of the world's most influential nations, striving for a future where all its citizens can benefit from its prosperity. Hey there, where are you from? I want to know which city you're watching our video from. Please leave a comment so we don't feel lonely. A small action like this will motivate us to make more videos. Thank you and much love to you. The hidden struggle, poverty in Germany. Poverty in Germany may not match the image often associated with developing nations, but it is a very real issue, particularly when considering the country's wealth. In Germany, poverty is often understood as relative poverty, meaning that it occurs within a society of high living standards, where a person's income is significantly below the national average. Unlike absolute poverty, which involves a lack of basic necessities such as food and shelter, relative poverty means someone cannot maintain the lifestyle enjoyed by the majority of people in society. For example, an individual earning less than 1,500 euros per month, or a family of 4 with an income below 2,400 euros, would fall below the poverty threshold. While these figures may seem substantial in other parts of the world, in Germany's high-cost economy, they are barely sufficient to cover essentials. 1 in 6 Germans lives in relative poverty, struggling with basic needs like secure housing, quality food, or even heating their homes during the harsh winters. The situation has worsened in recent years, as rising living costs, especially in food, energy, and housing, have pushed more people into poverty. The ongoing inflation, fueled by the energy crisis and the war in Ukraine, has only exacerbated the problem. The number of people relying on food donations or social welfare programs has nearly doubled in recent years, growing from around 1 million to over 2 million. As inflation continues to erode family budgets, more and more Germans find themselves on the edge of financial collapse, highlighting the deepening economic divide within one of the world's richest nations. Where poverty hits hardest, the housing nightmare. In Germany, poverty often manifests not in slums or makeshift homes, but in neglected neighborhoods with low rents, old buildings, and high concentrations of low-income residents. These areas, known as Problemviertel or Problemcentel, are socially stigmatized and referred to as Brennpunkte, social hotspots. While not slums in the traditional sense, these neighborhoods are marked by high crime rates, often linked to drug trafficking, and a lack of economic opportunity. The buildings may have solid structures and basic amenities, but the poverty within these areas is palpable, shaped by unemployment, low wages, and social exclusion. Historical divides, especially between former East and West Germany, also play a significant role in the housing inequality. Regions like the Ruhr Basin and neighborhoods in Bremerhaven still face high unemployment and economic stagnation, long after reunification, while more prosperous areas have seen growth. These benachteiligte quartiers, disadvantaged neighborhoods, are marked by low incomes, limited job opportunities, and a deep sense of hopelessness. Despite the relatively decent physical conditions of the buildings, these areas resemble social ghettos, isolated and stigmatized, with little opportunity for upward mobility. Even in these already disadvantaged areas, homelessness remains a growing concern, with some people living on the streets or in temporary shelters. The housing crisis, combined with rising rents and a lack of affordable options, is exacerbating social inequality, leaving many trapped in a cycle of poverty and social marginalization. Homelessness, an invisible issue. Homelessness is an escalating issue in Germany, with approximately 650,000 people living without stable housing. While it often goes unnoticed by tourists, cities like Berlin, known for their modern appeal, have seen a significant rise in homelessness. People can be found sleeping in train stations, on park benches, or searching through trash bins for recyclable bottles, making the issue visible in the city's public spaces. Berlin, in particular, has earned the title of Germany's homeless capital. Although shelters and temporary housing options exist, many homeless individuals are reluctant to seek help. Distrust in the system, negative past experiences, or personal struggles with mental health and addiction often prevent them from reaching out. The root causes of homelessness are multifaceted, including rising rents, unemployment, and inadequate mental health and addiction services. Despite Germany's strong social safety net, it remains insufficient to address the full scope of the problem, especially as affordable housing becomes increasingly scarce. To effectively tackle homelessness, Germany needs both immediate interventions, like emergency shelters, and long-term strategies. These should include more affordable housing, improved mental health services, and support systems that help individuals reintegrate into society. Only by addressing the complex causes of homelessness can Germany hope to reduce its growing number of homeless citizens. Who is suffering the most from discrimination and poverty? Germany, a country marked by racism and prejudice, faces a cruel reality where discrimination often goes hand in hand with poverty. People of foreign origin are twice as likely to fall into poverty compared to native Germans. Identical resumes with Turkish or Arab names have fewer chances of landing an interview. Data shows that while only 5% of Germans without a migrant background working full-time live below the poverty line, this rate shoots up to nearly 20% among Black, Muslim, or Asian citizens. This open xenophobia makes it harder for them to access well-paying jobs and fair wages. Refugees from Syria, Afghanistan, and other war-torn countries face even greater challenges. Without language skills and with unrecognized qualifications, many are forced into low-paying jobs or unemployment. For Muslim men, for example, the poverty rate can reach up to 33%. It's a cycle that combines language barriers, prejudice, and exclusion from the job market, perpetuating poverty. But if you think only immigrants suffer from this, you're mistaken. In Germany, around 14 million people are classified as poor, roughly 1 in 6 people, and this includes native Germans. Formerly prosperous cities now face rising costs of living, job insecurity, and decreasing purchasing power, affecting even those who were born and raised in the country. Single mothers, for example, face immense challenges in balancing work and childcare without family support or accessible daycare. Many end up trapped in low-paying jobs. Pensioners are also among the most vulnerable. Estimates from the Bertelsmann Foundation suggest that by 2036, around 20% of pensioners will be in poverty. It's not uncommon to find elderly people rummaging through trash bins for returnable bottles to supplement their monthly income. The problem is even more severe for women who worked part-time and now receive pensions that barely cover basic expenses. Even students who depend on state financial aid face difficulties. The maximum amount of assistance is below the poverty threshold, making the academic year a real struggle. In other words, poverty in Germany doesn't only affect immigrants or minorities, it also affects the elderly, single mothers, students, and even entire families of native Germans. Public policies, a limited safety net. Germany's welfare system, one of the most robust in the world, is designed to provide financial assistance through programs like Bürgergeld, which replaced the controversial Hartz IV system. This system offers basic financial support, with single adults receiving around €500 per month, and a family of 4 potentially receiving up to €1,000. However, these amounts are significantly below what is required to sustain a decent standard of living in today's economy. A single person, for example, needs at least €1,100 per month to cover basic living expenses, and for families, the costs of housing, food, and energy can easily exceed the welfare benefits provided. As the cost of living continues to rise, particularly with increasing energy prices, higher rents, and inflation, many find that the assistance offered by the government is not enough to maintain stability. While the system successfully prevents people from falling into the deepest levels of poverty, it doesn't offer a clear path for upward mobility. Many individuals receiving welfare benefits remain in a cycle of dependency, unable to escape financial insecurity or achieve economic independence. Moreover, the situation is compounded by Germany's high cost of living, especially in urban areas like Berlin, Munich, and Hamburg. In these cities, Even modest living conditions often exceed the financial assistance provided, leaving families and individuals struggling to make ends meet. The government's social safety net, while essential, is increasingly under strain, and without systemic reforms to address these gaps, it is clear that millions of Germans will continue to face uncertain futures. The country's well-established welfare system, while a safety net, does little to offer long-term solutions to the economic challenges facing the nation's most vulnerable citizens. An uncertain future in the fight against poverty. The growing economic pressures on Germany are significant, driven by the combination of global inflation, the ongoing energy crisis, and the war in Ukraine. These factors have exacerbated an already fragile economic situation, with the middle class shrinking and more Germans falling into poverty. Historically, Germany's social welfare model was seen as a point of pride, a safety net for its citizens. However, the current challenges have revealed cracks in the system, with many questioning whether it can continue to provide adequate support without straining the country's overall economic health. The rise in living costs has made it harder for the government to balance its social commitments with the need for economic competitiveness. A growing number of Germans, once considered securely middle class, are now struggling to keep up with rising rent and utility bills, let alone save or invest in their futures. Experts are warning that unless comprehensive structural changes are made, poverty in Germany could continue to rise, affecting even those who once lived comfortably. The political landscape is also contributing to the challenge. The ongoing debate about immigration, national identity, and the role of the welfare state has polarized German society, making it difficult to reach a consensus on how best to tackle poverty. The cost of living crisis is a central issue, and political instability only adds to the difficulty of implementing effective reforms. Without a clear, cohesive approach to address these issues, the gap between the wealthy and the poor could continue to widen, resulting in a more fragmented and unequal society. Germany's future in the fight against poverty will depend on its ability to make significant changes to its social policies, ensuring that the safety net supports not only the most vulnerable, but also provides pathways for individuals to escape poverty and participate fully in the economy. Without these critical reforms, Germany risks seeing the erosion of the middle class, further social divides, and an uncertain future for many of its citizens. And that's where we end our journey today, behind the scenes of Germany, a country that hides realities far beyond the lights of its prosperity. What surprised you most about Germany's hidden poverty? Was it the harsh reality of its problem areas, the rising number of homeless individuals, or the impact of racism and social inequality? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts on this lesser-known side of Germany.